So the joke that's going around TikTok about you can tell if a black woman is married to a white man based on how her hair looks is kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. But as a woman who is black herself and is also married to a white guy, I have a theory as to why this might be the case. Quick disclaimer, this is all anecdotal based on my personal experience. There's no data or evidence to back up these claims whatsoever, so please take it with that in mind. When I got married to my husband, we moved to Michigan and we didn't have any family out here or any friends, so I basically had to rebuild my life. And a big part of rebuilding your life as a black woman is finding someone who can do your hair, especially if you can't do your hair yourself. Like, I can do a ponytail, I can do a flat twist, but I can't do anything else. And we live in a place in Michigan where there's not a lot of black people. And therein lies my theory. When black women marry white men and they move to those communities that are largely white, they don't have anyone to do their hair, so it looks messed up.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I sit my bed, my couch, and we had fun. We go all the way, we blow out the roof, and we just relax and just have a conversations by ourselves without load shedding. The lights are back and we're no longer in the dark, and that's a plus one for us. So today I did not want to go through that. Let's stitch the video. Today I gave you the full video, but I'm gonna stitch it later with the people stitching on their comments. I don't really have much to say about interracial relationships, mainly because I'm not in a interracial relationship. I have been, I'm not gonna lie, once in my life, and I didn't like it. Chem, the poor, I feel like the guy was trying to make up for what his ancestors did to mine. Like, he was just overdoing it. Like, it was just too much. Like, I didn't know if he was genuine, like he did it because he loved, I don't know, maybe my brain was just something else. But for me, I don't feel comfortable dating other people from other races. That's just me personally. And I'm not comfortable with people, like, they just have a weird fantasy of just believing that white people are better or any other race is better. Majority of their time, they're trying to escape something else. They're trying to just, it's weird for me. Remember, we have conversations in the most tasteful manner. I'm not bashing you if you're in an interracial relationship. It's just my personal opinion. Me, okay? So let's back down there. Let's just back down a little bit, okay? So I'm gonna stitch the ladies. I don't have much to add. I don't know, today's like I don't have much to add. I must have been bored by the load shedding, sincerely. But anyways, when it comes to interracial relationships, it's a no from me. But let's ditch the video, shall we?
So the joke that's going around TikTok about you can tell if a black woman is married to a white man based on how her hair looks is kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. But as a woman who is black herself and is also married to a white guy, I have a theory as to why this might be the case. Quick disclaimer, this is all anecdotal based on my personal experience. There's no data or evidence to back up these claims whatsoever, so please take it with that in mind. When I got married to my husband, we moved to Michigan and we didn't have any family out here or any friends, so I basically had to rebuild my life. And a big part of rebuilding your life as a black woman is finding someone who can do your hair, especially if you can't do your hair yourself. Like, I can do a ponytail, I can do a flat twist, but I can't do anything else. And we live in a place in Michigan where there's not a lot of black people. And therein lies my theory. When black women marry white men and they move to those communities that are largely white, they don't have anyone to do their hair, so it looks messed up.
I used to actively be aware of women that have white husbands. Like, I would just look at them and be like, there's something about them that just tells me that they have a white husband. And then fast forward a few years later, I'm living in France with a white man. And the thing is, let me explain, okay? Here's the thing. We live in an area where I think I'm the only black person. Like, I've seen one or two black kids, but And the thing is, I went to the local supermarket and there will literally be like nothing for black women, like hair products, face, everything, nothing. And then that makes me, look online, like, where's the nearest salon for people like me? And then it's like 75 kilometers away. And I have to think, like, do I really want to take 2 trains for a hair appointment and pay like €6 per packet for hair? Or am I just gonna order online on AliExpress and then do my own hair? And this is the result, where someone can definitely recognize that Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's just no one there to do like hair, and it's a whole different situation. I was still with my husband, then boyfriend, when I was in South Africa. Like, my hair was slayed because, like, obviously my sisters, salons, everything was there. But as soon as I moved here, like, my hair journey, I had dreadlocks. I had to cut them off because it was like, no one who's gonna crochet my hair. The nearest salon is in Paris. I'm in the south of France. What are we gonna do about that? And I'm really thinking of getting my dreadlocks back, but like, it's a thing that I have to like think about and be like, okay, I have to learn how to crochet my own hair. It's a yeah. But then the another thing is that my white husband, he like really encourages like messy hair. Like, he doesn't know the difference. Like, my hair would be looking like a mess, and he'd be like, no, you're so beautiful. I'm like, girl, you don't know.
I think that this is a really interesting discussion that's happening on TikTok amongst Black women. And if you know anything about Black women, you know that our hair is a very hot topic. It can also be a very sensitive topic. And her point was saying that a lot of the times, like, you move into a more predominantly white area, and therefore there's not like a lot of stylists around you that can help doing your hair, especially if you're somebody who doesn't know how to do your hair already. And while I think that's a very valid point, I think that there's another really big point to this, which is that because white men did not grow up a lot of Black women, or maybe if they did, they just don't care about your hair the same way that Black men do. Like, when I was younger, I will never forget, I had really liked this guy, a Black guy, and I had just gone to this transition of doing the big chop, and I now had short natural hair, and this was before natural hair was like popular. And I was wearing a hat because it was cold and I was still kind of getting comfortable with having such short hair. And I went to go visit him. We were like, he was in college, and so I went to his dorm and I had to take a picture and I had to take the hat off. And I shit you not, he saw my hair, I saw the look in his eyes, and we hung out that day. And then we never hung out again, never talked to me. He was like, I used to have like extensions in, and then he saw the natural hair and he was out. Now, fast forward a few years, and I started dating white guys, and I remember the first white guy I ever dated, and I was dealing kind of with my natural hair, and I think maybe I was straight when I met him, but I was explaining to him, and I just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna face this head on because I don't want to be like in that situation again, because that really, really crushed me and my confidence for a little bit. And I remember like showing him, he came in the bathroom, and this man studied and dissected what I was doing so that he could help me the next time. He also was like, you know, if we ever had a daughter, I want to know like what goes into doing her hair so that I can be like an active parent and also help with her hair. When I tell you that my heart melted and broke into a million pieces, and I think I might have almost cried, but I just remember him giving me a big hug, and he was like, it's okay. Like, he was like, I love you. Like, I want to be with you, and this is a part of who you are. So I have continued to date outside of my race, and I have a lot less anxiety around my hair. I think because there is somewhat of a curiosity from like not Black people about Black people's hair, that there's less criticism about it versus when somebody knows about the hair. The few comments I've gotten about my hair on this app have been from Black men, because Black men always have something to say about Black women and what we're doing. So I think kind of a takeaway from this too is like, you can tell she's with a white man, but also I think you can tell that she's well loved because she's not stressing herself about it 24/7.
This is a super interesting thing to me because there are all kinds of little jokes about Black women who are married to white men having like bad wigs. And by bad wigs, I mean, you can either tell like it's a cheap wig or like their weave isn't right. Like you can see new growth, blah, blah, blah. The thing that has always stood out to me when I was dating, and I dated lots of different ethnicities of men, was that Black men were the only men who made comments about how I should change myself and my look. And the ironic thing is that I have natural hair. I've been keeping my hair braided because I fuck the color and it's like all kinds of fucked up, the color. But when I was natural and I was dating and I would date Black men, so many of them would try and suggest to me gently how I should change my hair and be different. And absolutely every time it was, you should straighten your hair. You would be so much prettier. You know, you'd look more exotic if. And these standards that they had was almost always just, I feel like, for Black women. And Black women have adopted these things because a lot of times what we say is like, it's white supremacy, it's this, that, and that. And of course, a bit of that is that. But whenever I dated non-Black men, I never got comments about how I should change myself. Specifically, how I would change myself to fit a more European kind of beauty standard. And this isn't really about what Black men do, but how Black women have internalized this idea that we need to look and be a certain way, especially our hair, because it's such a big deal and has been, especially in the United States. Because coming to Europe, I have found that Europeans generally have no idea what our hair is supposed to do or what it looks like. They have no fucking clue. And I remember, this is a quick story, I was babysitting a friend's daughter unexpectedly for days, and I had to do her hair. And my biggest concern was that I was going to send her to school with fucked up hair, and someone's going to judge my lack of skills with like daughters, because I don't have girls. And I honestly don't even know where it came from, like the stress that I put myself under. But her dad is white and her mom is Black. But her dad later was like, girl, don't worry about it. Who cares? And even now, like my partner, besides my hair looking like the Joker because it's kind of green, he doesn't care what I do with my hair. I just really want Black women to think about that.
Auntie onto something. And let me add my own little two-piece to what Auntie's saying. When white men marry Black women, you see the combinations not as frequently as you see the white woman Black man combination. But when you see the white man Black woman combination, the white man be marrying like the blackest Black woman they can find. It's like she got 4C hair, dark skin, like sister, you know, undisputably Black. And white men love natural hair. I married a white man. And he met me when I had locks for the second time. And I've combed out my locks since then. And I got in a fade. I've been bald headed. I'm growing my hair out. My husband is the biggest encourager of me wearing my hair natural. He's like, babe, please wear it out. Please, like, leave the braids alone. Leave the weave alone. Wear your hair out. And I'm like, why do white people like Black hair so much? And look, the hair care product behind me. He also has curly hair himself, and he uses like Shea Moisture, and he likes to use my products too. He likes to test them out. So my theory is, you can tell when a Black woman is with a white guy if she got that like fake weave, shiny weave that don't know what she doing. But also, sometimes you can't. I am a Black woman married to a white man. You wouldn't know unless he was standing next to me.
So I've not seen the jokes about Black women being married to white men and having apparently not great looking hair, but I'm currently sat, it's like 7 o'clock in the morning, 7:30 in the morning, deep conditioning my hair and getting ready to get it sorted for the weekend. And what made me laugh and want to stitch this is the fact that I think something that people don't realise is that when I agree with what the creator was saying anyway, that normally when Black women end up with white men, you normally end up being somewhere where it's predominantly white, and I'm in the same position, I'm in Northern Ireland. But what makes me laugh is the fact that actually, in my experience, my partners have doted on my hair and me and however I look, but G specifically loves me no matter how weird my hair looks, how terrible everything looks. Like, I walk around sometimes and I'll have woken up with my hair just stuck up from being asleep, and I won't really touch it for most of the day, and he will make me feel like the most beautiful person in the world. He has been doing research for me because I always complain like, oh, I need to find somewhere to do my hair because my old place, like, it just, the woman, like, and what she charged for some of the stuff she was doing, I was like, And then also having to like fight for spots and like trying to get the first appointment so that you wouldn't be sat waiting for hours, all of that. And he recently found, and I'm going to tag her here actually, so if you're in Northern Ireland, this is going to be my new hairdresser, but he's done all of the research. He does the research. He currently helps me with wash days. He oils my scalp. He's learned how to do everything just to make it easier to manage my hair. But that's because he takes a genuine interest, and he loves me no matter how it looks. So I've never felt the pressure to make sure it looks the way my mum wants it to look, but it's actually allowing me to then have my afro out, try different things, and now find this hairdresser that hopefully for half of the year I'll just have my hair in braids, or he doesn't even, like, he's not a big fan of having weaves. He's very much have your natural hair, like, learn what to do, and if you don't want to do it, I'll do it for you. So yeah, these men aren't as funny as you guys think they are. They're actually quite amazing.